Why the hex does D&D use hexes for long-distance travel? A game where we use theater of the mind. But sometimes, in combat, we use squares. Why, when we're doing long-distance travel, do we suddenly switch to Hexmaps? Because Gary Gygax made the original Dungeons and Dragons out of like a Frankenstein's monster of multiple games smashed together. One was Chainmail. It was a stereotypical miniature war game with a bunch of little armies fighting each other, which Gary Gygax had developed for like a completely different company, which they just assumed you owned, by the way. The second was the Dungeons and Dragons rules booklet, which contained the original 3 classes: Fighting Man, Magic User, and Cleric. The third game was a completely unrelated board game designed by completely different people for a totally different company, which used hexes to represent different regions in the game. This totally separate and unrelated game was even listed under the equipment section in the D&D official rules. That was back in 1974, and that quirky little reason is why D&D still uses hexes 50 years later. I'm Nico DeGaio, and this was Spicy Dice. Check out my link tree and see what I'm up to.